I have 3 plants that I'm growing. I just planted some more apple seeds yesterday. We'll see if they grow. So I got a new thing here now. So Carol Ann Baldwin is here. This is called In the Garden with Carol Ann. And thank you, Carol Ann. I just put your microphone on. So.
Yeah,
and I said to Robin this morning, I said, I'm kind of privileged. I have a professional gardener who comes in once a week and looks at my work.
And checks out what you're doing and turns the pots.
My little 3-plant experiment. I'm calling it an experiment.
It is. The one apple tree is how old now?
1 year.
A year old now.
Yeah.
And it's, 10 inches?
But it catapulted after I put it in a bigger pot.
Yes, it did. It grew probably within the last 2 weeks, because last week it had grown some. I'm going to say probably 5 inches, 6 inches. It has grown. It has about doubled.
Yeah.
In the last 2 weeks.
Just from putting it in a bigger pot.
Just from putting it into a larger pot. Well, and it's got fresh soil, more soil, and it has more fertilizer in it.
But I wonder if I took the other ones might be about as big as this one was when it's kind of got stunted. Maybe it's already time for those to be transplanted, huh?
Possibly, if they've got a decent root zone going on them, they could go into
Do you know I
something
did a
larger.
book called The Apple Tree Seedlings, right?
Yes, yeah, I know.
I'm thinking about giving these away to people who want to be guardians of the apple.
That would be kind of cool.
What am I going to do? I mean,
right, with an apple orchard.
Yeah, I'll keep
you live
one.
in a mobile home park. There's not enough room.
No, I know. In fact, one tree might be too many. But anyway, so I'll decide later. Don't call me yet and ask me.
No,
for them. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to give up my babies for adoption yet.
Not yet.
So how are you doing?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Good. It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
It's a gorgeous day. It's like, okay, we went from. If anybody complains we didn't have spring this year, they're not paying attention.
Yesterday felt like summer, though.
Well, the wet and everything else kind of made it that kind of day. But today is gorgeous. And I mean, we had a few days, last week, which were nice, starting out in the low to mid 60s and getting up. And it takes it till 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon before it gets up into the upper 80s. So if you're complaining because it's already in the 80s, stop. I mean, that's perfect weather right now.
Yeah, it is.
It's
really.
I love the summer. I love the heat, but right now is gorgeous, wonderful weather. Things are blooming. Things are growing. Grass is getting green because we're getting some rain, and the weathers are starting to. The temperatures are starting to stabilize into what spring was. So I'm thinking that Mother Nature finally got back on her meds.
That's funny. Yeah. All right, we are a phone-in show. This is a phone-in show. So if you would like to call Carol Ann, the number is 352-622-9622. And somebody's already waiting patiently, I hope. Good morning. You're on there with Carol Ann.
Good morning, Carol Ann. This is Jim. Hey, Carol Ann, on hummingbirds, I know you mention every so often, but my question is about the feeders.
Right.
Is it just sugar water? Is that all it is? And it with food coloring?
You can make one up that's just a sugar water one, but realizing, and a lot of times I think even those commercial nectars are simply that, possibly with a preservative in them, which, I wouldn't be real crazy about having a preservative in them. Realizing that just really doesn't offer a lot of nutrition. It moreover satisfies their sweet tooth.
So is there something we should be doing differently? I think that's my question.
Okay, planting plants that have the actual nectar.
Okay.
That's their best thing. Putting the feeder out just sort of encourages them to hang around maybe a little longer, to come in possibly a little earlier, kind of thing. It's a gathering place, and they do get some fluids, I would say, and probably a little bit of nutrition out of it, because you figure they're such tiny birds, but they burn such. The quantity of calories is amazing.
Yes.
Of what a little tiny hummer can consume. So putting it out, it doesn't hurt them, but it's not necessarily anything that you have to have, so long as you have proper nectar producing flowers.
And do you think there has to be a color food dye, like a red or okay? No,
doesn't have to have anything in it. Because they're coming a lot of times to that little flower. A lot of people used to say that you don't even need a perch on them, but they will pause and perch on a feeder. They will stop
ours
for
do.
a moment. Yeah, some people
our
say, oh, they
hummingbirds,
don't.
They perch there
Yeah.
for a long time. Okay.
Right, and just watch for the ants and the wasps and things like that that'll get in there, and to keep it clean. Don't let it sit out there more than a couple of days at a time. Take it in, wash it out with just plain hot water, maybe a little vinegar, but no dish detergent or anything like that, because you don't want to leave a residue on there possibly.
Right. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
You just reminded me, by the way. We have another phone call, so
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what you reminded me of. But somebody had asked me to ask you something. So
Okay.
just remind me to ask you what somebody told me to ask you.
Okay.
All right. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Yes, good morning. The March of Dimes Walk for Babies is taking place this Saturday out at the Baseline Trailhead.
Yeah.
And so I figured I'd pass that along. I believe it starts at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm not sure that, the time on it. Those who are participating should probably know, because you'd had to have sponsors and such like that to begin the walk.
All right, have a good morning, all.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you,
too.
Tim.
Yeah.
All right. So somebody said to me to ask you
Okay.
if you would recommend anything at all that is not marketed as a gardening whatever. I'm trying to remember
chemical.
how it was worded. That
Like
works
the home,
just as well.
Like the home remedy kind of stuff.
The specific example they gave me was dish detergent, because you just said dish detergent.
Right.
So that's what
The only thing, University of Florida actually does say, dish soap and water makes dish soap and water makes a good insecticide. You just need to be very careful on which one you use. If you're buying the expensive dish soap that's got the antibacterial and the super degreaser, or it's super concentrated, you don't want to use those.
Oh, okay.
Because they will, instead of being an insecticide, they'll be a herbicide. They'll actually kill your plants.
Oh, that's not good.
And you
Yeah,
also have to be careful that you're not only using about 1 tablespoon to a gallon of water. It's not a half a cup. It's not, back in the day when you could buy, when store brand dish soaps wouldn't wash a dish, but they would actually make a very good aphid killer, because they were just the creamy pink or whatever dish soap, and you could throw a tablespoon of that into your sprayer, give it a little jostle around, and go out and spray. They were fantastic for that. You used to buy it for like 75 cents a quart for the dish soap for that. Look around, find the mildest one you can get. They usually recommend like the original Dawn, and if you actually look at the ones in the supermarket, it may say original, but it's also usually concentrated. But if you go, and I don't really want to plug it or say anything, it's not anything negative, to like the Dollar General, and you get that same Dawn, that blue Dawn, it's not as strong.
Oh, really?
It's not as concentrated. Believe me, I know, because I bought a bottle during the hurricanes, and I used way more dish soap to wash the dishes than I would have.
Is that right?
Yeah, because it just, again,
Wow.
it's a little tougher on but it's like that. That's like the first generation of the Dawn is that one. So, I do want that, but some of the other things, not so much, not so much on some of those other home remedies.
And I have no clue. I just
Right.
remember one time, there used to be a sign at Starbucks, I think it was, that they were offering gardeners free coffee grounds.
Oh, yeah. Go get the coffee
That's
grounds.
still
when you
good.
can
That's
get
a good
them.
idea.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, we do have
Sir,
another
caller
phone
holding?
call.
Cool.
And good morning. Thank you for calling in, for waiting. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, Carol Ann, Larry. I was told by a veterinarian
Okay.
that you can use Dawn and supposedly works very well to kill fleas on, say, a dog or a cat, I guess.
Yeah.
And the fact is that, you can verify this by watching some of the commercials where they do little ducklings and
From the oil. Yeah, it is a very good shampoo for dogs, in that it's not going to be something that's going to burn their skin or hurt their skin. It's not leaving a residue. Is the only thing is that you're not getting it. It'll wash the dog, get the dog squeaky clean. Going to smell like the dishes in the drain board. It will kill fleas. will help to flush off some of those eggs and things like that, but it's not going to offer any preventative. So like a regular dog or animal shampoo, which will actually have like the pyrethrins in it or permethrin in it, that's actually one that will offer an extended control or an assistance on a control on killing ones that might hatch out in a few days.
Well, I still think it's a good idea, especially if you're, like adopting a little dog or something like that.
Sure.
The first thing to do is maybe give it a good bath with the dog.
Oh yeah, the dog, and even say you've got a dog that likes to roll in the dirt. You don't want that dirt coming in, all the time. That you can, the dog will get accustomed to having a bath and such like that. That you can do a quick rinse. A dog, or one of these maybe stinky dogs or something that rolls in something stinky or something like that. You don't have to feel a concern of overusing something with a pesticide in it. Or anything like that, or if you're just not real fond of using a pesticide. But also even something like baby shampoo, because what it is, it's the soaps, it's the detergent that's in there that is harmful to the insects. So even, you get just No More Tears baby shampoo and could do, your pets with that as well. And both of them are usually inexpensive when you're looking at a remedy to assist with fleas and clean the dog, clean the pet.
Oh, it's just that, I thought I verified that with you because of the fact that, you come across a small dog that you want to take care of until you can find its owner. And it's nice to know you can get rid of a lot of the pests and things without when you bring this animal into your house.
Sure, yeah, and you see it a lot on social media and stuff where people are finding pets loose in the neighborhood, or suddenly this poor little dog is sitting on your front step and you're going, oh, he's been out for a few days, he's cruddy because he's not accustomed to being out there. You want to treat him nicely, hoping to find the owner within a day or so, and but also not wanting to bring a pest issue into your home either.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and y'all have a good day. Thank you for the programming, Larry. And again, it's great talking with Carol Ann, and the fact that she's there, and we can verify our little problems in our garden.
I love it.
Some of our little questions.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was a nice thing to say. Yeah, you are a bright spot of our broadcast week. There's no question about it. Hey, we have to take a little break.
Sure.
The phone number to call if you'd like to call and be on the air is 622-9622. If you're out of the area, just use the area code of 352. So 352-622-9622. And we've got a 2-minute break, so we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Hi, this is Lisa McGinnis, editor of Ocala Magazine and host of Ocala Magazine Radio. Join me every Friday at 10 a.m. when we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life. There's only one Ocala Magazine and only one source for local news talk radio. Tune in Friday at 10 a.m. right here on 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you to who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Visit George Mangan Insurance in Ocala today at manganinsurance.com. First Church of Christ Scientists will be providing another inspiring lecture on April 28th at the Weber Center located on the campus of the College of Central Florida. Meryl Walters will be the guest lecturer, and she will also be our guest on Friday the 27th to give us an overview of her lecture. For 40 years, Ms. Walters has been a practitioner of Christian Science healing, joyfully helping people. So be sure to listen at 11:05 on the 27th to AM Ocala Live to be inspired.
There are only a few things in life that you can be certain will always be around. Death, taxes, the pursuit of happiness, and computers. As they continue to advance at an epic pace, the one absolute certainty about them, is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company in Ocala that's certified in Apple and Microsoft. Ocala Mac and PC Repair. They even offer on-site computer repair service, so they come to you. And if you do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned and operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair.
All right, thank you, Dan. 21 minutes after 9 o'clock, 67 degrees, beautiful. Tuesday, Carol Ann Baldwin is here. We're in the garden with Carol Ann. This show is a full hour every Tuesday. If you're new to this, mark it on your, whatever you mark things on to remind yourself to listen in. And if you miss it, we do record these, and we also, I think Robin or you, Carolyn, somebody puts them on
she puts it on the In the Garden page, and if you you want a reminder, is just join the In the Garden Facebook group, and you get a reminder every morning, because every Tuesday morning I put in a little reminder. I know they seem to be the same thing over and over again, but today you actually got a picture of carrots that I harvested this morning.
You did?
Yes.
You harvested them?
I harvested some carrots this morning.
Did you plant them as seeds or?
Yes, from seed. Yeah, from seed, and they were both actually. That's the picture of the first batch that I pulled that were just regular in the raised bed garden, in the ground one, and then I should have taken a picture of the other one because I did them in the smart pots, the fabric bags that I've had before, and they were just as nice as carrots. And everybody says, "Oh, I have such a hard time growing carrots." It's give them time, and not a lot of fertilizer. They just don't like a whole lot, or they get fuzzy. They get too many roots growing.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that they.
Do you know? I tried doing the pineapple. Oh, look at those carrots! That's awesome.
Yeah, they're very, very nice. Got a couple squash. Some
I must be
carrots
getting old if this is impressing me. A carrot.
No, it's just it's one of those things that
they look perfect.
They're generally going to be they should be sweeter than the deals that the ones you buy in the supermarket.
Why?
I'm not, because they're locally grown. Those sugars aren't going to get a chance to starch out or anything like
so
that.
Great.
So
wow, that's so nice.
Anytime you can grow them local. We always go through that whole thing, and I know you've even had guests that have spoken about, they're talking about it on the carbon footprint side of it. I talk about it as the closer to your own earth, the closer to your own earth it is, the better it is going to be for you. We raise thoroughbred racehorses. Some of their first years are spent grazing the grasses in Marion County because of nutrient that's absorbed from the earth into the grass that they consume, make strong bones and strong, healthy muscle. We grow our produce in same said soil. And so we're getting some good nutrition in that, and it's not coming from where it has to be picked maybe a little earlier, or it's refrigerated in order to get it home to you. I mean, I got those carrots right in my car right now. I can then go home and eat one, or I can go back out to my car and have one, and it's only been out of the ground a matter of hours. That kind
I love
of
that.
thing.
That's awesome.
That's why we grow gardens.
All right, we do have another phone call. Thank you for calling in, for waiting. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Yes, good morning, Larry and Carol Ann.
Morning.
Hey.
About 2.5 weeks ago, I laid some seed down, grass seed, where I had a couple of trees, and son of a gun, the little blades are coming up right now.
Good. Finally getting some stable temperatures is what it is.
Yeah, I kind of thought maybe I was a little bit too early, but I guess not. The sun and the rains we've been getting, it just kind of got things going for me, so I'm very encouraged and happy about it.
Well, that's good. And a lot of times your grass seed, and I think it'll say it on the packaging, can take up to 28 days to germinate. And that has to do with the temperatures, soil temperature, air temperature, and moisture. And we can adjust the moisture. We can't do anything about soil temperatures and sunshine. So it's just a waiting game a lot of times. And this spring has been slow to come on. Here we are, the 24th of April, and we're just now getting warmer temperatures. So
Well, all these 3 spots that I planted to seed are full sun, so
Good.
we've had a lot of sun. So it's done its job.
Good.
I was going to say, look, this is the time of year that I'll drive around and I see pick blueberries. Pick up your own blueberries.
Yeah, that you pick. Yep.
And I've been threatening myself and my wife for quite a few years that my wife's just nuts about blueberries. Everything's got to have blueberries on it. And she makes these drinks in a mixer in the morning with blueberries and strawberries and stuff. But the blueberry plant is low to the ground, so you'd be bending over.
No. Blueberry bushes gets 8 feet tall. They're big.
Wow.
Yeah, they're tall. Now you stand up and do this. They give you when you go. I went picking, probably been a couple of years ago. I probably should go back because they were so wonderful and so easy to deal with once you get them home. But no, you get your little bucket and you just go over to the plant where the blueberries are and just kind of like picking grapes. As you touch them, they will come off if they're ripe, right in your hands. And so then you just put them in your bucket. So it's not like trying to pick strawberries where you got to be careful not to mash the strawberry or you got a stem to clip or something like that. That you're actually just they just will come off in your hands and into your bucket. And then you get them home, give them a quick rinse and put them out. Put some parchment down on a cookie sheet and put a single layer on them and throw them in the freezer. Once they're frozen, let it freeze for an hour or two. Take them out of there. Then you can dump them in your whatever your airtight container is, a Ziploc bag, plastic box, or something like that. And that way they won't be a clump.
Oh yeah, right.
When when they come out of the freezer, so you can get that half a cup into that smoothie or whatever, or the little bit, the measure amount that you need for your pie or your cobbler or something like that, or just. Once they're frozen, they're a little harder to eat as a fresh thing, but you can still put them on cereal, in your oatmeal, however you want to do.
Well, my favorite is blueberry pie. So
there you go, and you can always make that up, and you can make up the filling even, and then keep the filling in the freezer to where pies could be made, later in the season even.
Well, I'm getting hungry just thinking about this now.
Yeah, now I'm going to start thinking about going blueberry picking.
Yeah, really.
How does that work at the blueberry farms now? Do they give you a container and then it goes by weight?
Yes. They have their containers, which then their scale is either they dump your container up into a scale and then dump it into a bag for you, or they have their what they call that tear measure. They know what their little bucket weighs, so they can just set it on the scale. But yeah, it's done by weight. You pick is usually. Obviously a little cheaper than if they were to have harvested and that you just buy some fresh from them, because they have both. Most places do.
Yeah, the signs have been out for about maybe a week and a half now. Now, how long does the berry picking go on?
At least should be through May, maybe to early June, but not for very long. It's maybe they've been out probably since early April. But yeah, you should get in through May. So if you're going to go, I would be thinking about going soon.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'll alert my wife when she'll probably call me in a little while and say, honey, you know what we're going to do this weekend?
Guess what?
We're going
right, you're going to go pick. And those places are usually open early, is what it is, because when it starts getting too hot, obviously the quality of the berry, it gets too warm out there. They don't want anybody to, be harmed. Plus, they have to do whatever they need, to do that they don't overpick their bushes and such. But usually figure on early morning, because it does get warm out there.
Yeah, with just kind of a crazy late winter and spring we've had, I wonder if it's going to be a good crop this year.
I'm thinking it will be. Yeah. Even though we had some severe cold weather, I think it was early enough on that none of the bloom was hurt, and so that they had a chance to really do a good dormancy, and coming up out of that, I think they're getting some good bloom and some good fruit.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Can I tell you what I found online about where to go?
Okay.
All right. There's a website, just so you know where I'm getting this, freshfromflorida.com. Freshfromflorida.com. And just in this area, can you see the map here?
Yeah.
There's Ocala.
Right.
So on this map, there's one called ALL Blueberries in Arcadia, Abshire Blueberry Farm in Bellevue.
Yeah.
Acres, AKERS in Baker, wherever that is. Al and Linda Steichen's Blueberries in White Springs, a little bit of a drive. Sarasota, that's pretty far down
That's
there.
pretty far,
Al
yeah.
Britton, a fruit farm. Allen's Farm in Old Town. Allison Family Farm in Crescent City.
We always had quite a few that were actually out in the forest area.
B&G in Fort McCoy. B&G in Fort McCoy. Do you know them?
Yeah.
Baker, you pick blueberries in Baker. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I'm just.
It's listed probably alphabetically.
Yeah, I just realized that. So,
Right.
But the map shows basically Bellevue, Fort McCoy, between Anthony and Citra, up near Cross Creek, just west of Williston, west of Ocala in that area called York. In Citra Springs, there's one. Fruitland Park.
Yeah, so there's quite a few
Hernando,
around. So, yeah. And there's, the fresh one, it's the Florida Department of Agriculture's website is what
That's
that
where you
is.
would
And
go?
they have, there's all kinds of different things that you can look up. I mean, wineries, seafood, all kinds of different things. So that you can look for products that are local.
Right.
Plus, it'll give you, there's even a one little tab over there for farmers markets, which we all know everybody's crazy about the farmers markets nowadays. That even if say you're visiting out of town, you've gone over Flagler's got a fantastic little farmers market on I think it's like Friday and Saturdays. Different little things. So just take a look at that site and you'll find some places, some interesting little day trips even just to go on that'll get you some fresh produce. A lot of times you'll even find locally grown vegetable and herb starts you're looking to bring into your own garden that aren't produced by the big boxes or the big mega
Right.
garden supply places. And so you can find different things like on that order too, as well as just plants and other farmers markets are usually at least produced items locally. Sometimes they are handcrafts. Or breads, honeys, syrups, jellies, all kinds of different stuff around. So
We are.
now I'm going to be hungry.
I know. It just sounds so great to
Yes.
go pick them myself. All right, so we have a prize to give away.
We do have a prize today. We've got a Bob Wine's gift certificate, $20 worth of plants from Bob Wine's Community Gardens and Nursery. Plus, we have 2 tickets for Mamma Mia performing at the Ocala Civic Theater from May 17th through June 17th. And these tickets are worth $28 a piece. So a nice prize package there.
Nice, and WOCA is sponsoring Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, fantastic.
And Mamma Mia, let's see, the nutshell story is, about a girl getting married.
On a Greek island paradise where she grew up. Only problem, she wants her dad to walk her down the aisle, and she doesn't know who he is.
And there are 3 possibilities.
There's 3 possibilities. So it's a good comedy, some
My
good
gosh.
fun, laughter, great music. So whoever
All right.
whoever you select.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So if you call right now and during the break, you will not be on the air, and only one of you will win. So if I don't answer the phone, that means you didn't win. But if I do, that means you got the whole prize package that Carol Ann just described. So 622-9622. Call right now during the break, and we'll be right back after the break. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Here is your 1-minute news brief from The Source. WOCA funeral services and memorial ceremonies are being held today for the 2 deputies shot and killed last Thursday while they had lunch at a Chinese restaurant in Trenton. Public elementary schools in Marion County now have school resource officers, and high schools will now have 2 school resource officers. The Marion County Commission will vote to move $2.1 million from the penny sales tax into the sheriff's office budget. The official vote to do that will be on May 1st, and it is expected to pass. A 20-year-old Floral City man crashed his car on the Ocklawaha Bridge on East State Road 40 Sunday evening and then crawled out of the window of his car to the guardrail where he fell off the bridge to his death. The Florida Highway Patrol is seeking the truck driver who lost a load of metal bars that flattened the tires of 30 cars on I-95 in Palm Beach County. And NASA's new boss, Administrator Jim Bridenstine, was sworn into office yesterday by Vice President Mike Pence. And that is your news brief from The Source. Friends, countrymen, tourists, and Ocalans, lend me your ears. Hey, speaking of ears, there is an opportunity for you to help feed and provide good maintenance, housing, and medical care for Marion County's rescued, surrendered, and confiscated big cats, bears, monkeys, and other disabled or unreleasable wild and exotic animals. Take a tour on Wednesdays or Saturdays of the Endangered Animal Rescue Sanctuary. Adults $20, children 12 and under just $12. Participate in the biannual Hot Cars and Cool Cats Car Show at the Nassaveras Farm at 2250 Northeast Highway 326, or better yet, become a business sponsor for EARS. Have fun, prevent extinction, provide education and awareness of these rare, beautiful, and endangered residents here in Marion County's own little township of Citra on Highway 318. Go to EARS, Endangered Animal Rescue Sanctuary, or the Tiger Maximus on Facebook, or you can call 352-266-2859 for any questions.
Ocala Aviation now has opportunities for flight instructors. Wait, hold on, Brad, is this correct? You're looking for instructors, not students?
Actually, we're looking for both.
Well, that's descriptive.
Well, I need flight instructors because we're now affiliated with a major university and can offer 4-year degrees. Plus, we're also approved to work directly with VA students.
Okay, so a degree in what, and what's a VA student?
Well, it's a bachelor's degree in aeronautics, which includes a commercial pilot's license, and there's financial aid available. By VA students, I mean veterans. They now have access to new benefits to pay for flight training.
Okay, so you have new opportunities for new students. What about the instructor side of it?
Well, with new students, we need more instructors.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
So, if anyone out there is a flight instructor, I want to encourage them to come see me. And if they're not an instructor but have their commercial license, we can help them become an instructor.
So they get their instructor license and have a job too.
Exactly.
So you got a lot going on. The VA, the college, and now hiring instructors and future instructors too.
Yep. So now can we get the commercial started?
Already ahead of you.
Call Brad to get your adventure started today at Ocala Aviation, 861-7484.
Ocala Business Leaders Incorporated is a group of independent local firms providing a wide range of quality goods and services. Each firm strives to maintain the highest level of professional integrity and 100% customer satisfaction. When you're looking for goods and services, call a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, and we are confident you will be pleased with the results. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, join us at the Ocala Elks Lodge, 25th Avenue in Ocala, any Wednesday at 7 a.m. and enjoy a breakfast on us. For more information, check OcalaBusinessLeaders.com.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
There are only a few things in life that you can be certain will always be around. Death, taxes, the pursuit of happiness, and computers. As they continue to advance at an epic pace, the one absolute certainty about them is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company in Ocala that's certified in Apple and Microsoft, Ocala Mac and PC Repair. They even offer on-site computer repair service, so they come to you. And if you do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned and operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair.
All right, 21 minutes before 10 o'clock. It's 70 degrees. Just a beautiful day. There's no mention of rain in today's forecast, by the way. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, pretty much the same, with temperatures reaching about 80. That's not too bad, Caroline, right?
It's gorgeous.
So, I'm not
I mean,
complaining.
even when they're talking 83, 85, if you look at the time, when you if you watch the news or you look at the Weather Channel, it's not hitting that temperature until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
And so at that point, say come 5 o'clock, that sun's beginning to go down.
Yeah.
And so it's only that warm for such a short period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, we're having gorgeous weather. Anybody complains, it just
Smack 'em.
backhand there.
Smack 'em.
Yeah.
Don't complain about it.
Yeah, quit complaining about it. Back to the Fresh from Florida website, because it is a really great website. I just clicked on the farmers markets, and you come up with a map. You click on your area, and just coming up, for us, Ocala, Zuber, Wildwood, Leesburg area kind of thing, and there's more. You've got Gainesville, DeLand's not that far. Barberville is not that far from us for a day trip doing different things. the villages. You got the one in Brownwood down there that's, on the weekends. Let's see, I'm just trying to click through here. I'm not sure if the Circle Square Commons one still goes on, but it even has visit their website kind of thing. So you can get a little more information on them by clicking on their websites or clicking on it and seeing. So, do a little research, make yourself a day trip. There's all kinds of different places to go and to see different things. I know coming up, we've got the Master Gardener's plant sale the 12th of May, which don't let me mess that thing up. 12th of May, yes, from 8 to noon, which gets you all kinds of the fruit trees that you could grow your own, on things like that. The plants that'll grow well in this area. But there's also coming up, I think I'm trying to look at your calendar and go to May. Is it second and 1, 2, 3? I think it's 4. It's the 5th or 6th of May over in Williston at the Cedar Lake, and I had it as something, and I've misplaced it. I wish I would have wrote. If I'd have been smart, I'd have wrote it down. But they're having a big garden event out there. It's like $9 to get in, but it's a neat park and such like that. I know it's that Saturday. It's first Saturday and Sunday in May. How's that for it? But if you're interested in some of these things, I'll find out by next week because it won't be too late yet to get to that one. So I'll get it written down so I don't mess that one up. But,
what do you? How do you schedule like your gardening time? Do you just do it when you can, or do you do it every Saturday morning?
I do when I can, only because I'm at work at 6 a.m. on when I have to. I'm the one stuck opening every day. But no,
I'd rather be opening than closing.
Me too. But it'd be because I'm out of there early enough. No, it's usually I'll be looking at it going. I really need to do a project. Boom, on my day off. And try to do it then, or if it's small, I can do it. When I get home from work, kind of thing. So it's just throw it in there. Or like for today, Tuesday, when I go to the Ag Center, it's before I come here. So I'm usually over at the Extension office, depending on how early I want to get up. But a lot of times around 7 a.m., starting my day on a Tuesday.
Do you ever do you listen to music or something when you garden? What do you do?
Occasionally, but sometimes it's just no. I just get into the dirt.
There was a lady. I was watching a video on Sunday. I think Sunday was Earth Day. That's when I saw the video anyway. And she was just this little old lady, and I guess she was really important to Earth Day, so I probably should know her name, but I really didn't. And the reason she got into this whole environmental protection thing is because she went outside one day after having a hectic day, and she just sat. Yeah. And she could hear the bugs, and she could hear everything. And then all of a sudden it started raining. And I guess
so. She just felt everything.
She said she realized that it was. I don't know. It's philosophical, isn't it?
It is, and it's funny because somebody on a blog site said, why do you garden? And there's so many, they're trying to get everybody else's thing, and it's it's therapy. It's for most people, I think it's just that. It's therapy. Whether or not it's physical, emotional, mental, it allows you an escape. There's nothing. Plants don't talk back. That's one thing.
Except
plants
for Seymour.
Well, yeah, that's true. Just feed him. Or don't. But, plants, that you finish doing something and you step back. I mean.
Oh, no, Seymour's the guy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
feed
right.
Me, Seymour.
Yeah, feed me, Seymour.
What was the name of the plant, though? What was the name of it?
Henrietta, I think. Henrietta.
Is that right?
Yeah, with a guy voice. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
it was, something like that. But there's nothing better than going through and weeding out a flower bed and then sitting back and looking at it and going, "Wow, that's pretty."
I'm glad to hear you say that. I thought only men did that.
No, and I mean I hand pull weeds. That's my way. I mean, I'll spray in the areas where I really can't or I need to maintain, a little more. But no, I'll go out there and hand weed.
When you said that, I had a mental smell memory. I can smell dirt in my mind.
Yeah, and it's a thing.
But you actually do it. I don't smell this dirt in these pots.
No, because that was.
It's been around for a while.
No, it's sterile. It's a potting medium. There's no dirt in there.
What?
No official soil.
What is that then?
In there, it's some compost, some little bit of bark, and peat moss usually.
So what is dirt actually?
Dirt is super composted of all that kind of stuff.
Do you know what somebody said yesterday? They said we didn't leave the Stone Age because we ran out of stones. Isn't that a great? That's a great thing, right?
Yeah, we didn't leave it because we ran out of stone.
In other words, there's no reason why we shouldn't still be in the Stone Age because there's still plenty of stone.
Right. Well, we left it because we found out how to turn some of that other stone, which we found, the iron ore, into something else.
That is true.
We just took our stones and found better stones.
Did you hear that a meteorite hit the planet and there were diamonds in it?
Oh, I'm sure, because it's pressure and
Isn't
things
that something?
like that.
So there's diamonds out in space.
Right. Could be.
That's what Elon Musk is going after.
I'm sure he is. Go diamond mining in outer space. But I mean, gardening is just that. It gets you out in the soil, in the air, in the fresh air, in the sunshine. We spend so much of our time looking at screens or in four walls that I wouldn't be surprised that most people aren't vitamin D deficient. That we need sunshine in order to produce it. And then, of course, when we go outside, we slather down with sunscreen, further preventing vitamin D absorption. Yeah. So sometimes you have to just go out and spend 15, 20 minutes without without the sunscreen and stuff. If you're real fair skinned, be careful, but you do need some sunscreen.
All right, we're up against the break. Let's take that break. If you would like to call in, you got about 12 minutes to do this. The number is 622-9622. Remember, there's also a Facebook page that is a companion to the radio show. It is called In the Garden. So go to Facebook, go to In the Garden, ask Carol Ann, hey, can I be a member? And bingo, you're in. Just don't sell anything.
That's it.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
The place for color is Baldwin's Camellia Gardens, just as it has been for more than 66 years. Check the ad for Bob's specials in all kinds of color, like African violets, just $3.99, or lantana, just $4.99, or caladium, just $6.99. If that's not enough, then be sure to see this area's largest selection of crepe myrtle. More colors, more sizes, including the exotics, with prices starting as low as $2.99. And listen to this. Bob has Sun Hosta, regularly $12.99, just $9.99. And be sure to check inside their huge greenhouse, where you'll find savings of 10% to 20% on just about everything. Don't wait. Get there today. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, just off Lake Weir Avenue. Daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3. The same blooming place since 1952.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, G-E-N-E, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Get equipped for anything with a John Deere 3025E compact tractor from AgPro. It's equipped with a low price of $139 per month, and we've got all the attachments you'll ever need. Request a quote at agproco.com. Offer ends 4/30/18, subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. 20% down payment required. Taxes, freight, setup, and delivery charges could increase monthly payment. See dealer for details.
All right, thank you. Carol Ann Baldwin is here. This is the last segment of In the Garden with Carol Ann. It always goes too fast. It is a bright part of my week as a guy who works the board here. So it's just fun. It's light. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's as bright as the garden you're always describing.
It's just it. You get to at least you got a nice view out the window. You have a nice big window to look outside
I do, sort of,
and see the sunshine. And
depends on what's out there.
Yeah, a few clouds puffing by, but that's all good. Do want to mention to folks again, and we'll talk about it more as it gets closer. Is the Master Gardener orientation? It's like one of those things. So you want to be a Master Gardener. You've thought about it. You've been to the Master Gardener Festival. You've gone to the plant sales over the years. You've listened to this show, and you go, I just love gardening. I want to do this. This is the day to set aside the morning from 10 to noon, Wednesday, May the 30th, to find out what it takes. What does it entail to be a master gardener? What is it that you will be experiencing going through the classes? What will be expected of you during that class time, follow-up from that class time, and that year following. With that, because you go through, you take your classes, then you are sort of like an intern for a period of time until you complete certain tasks that you need to complete independently, and then you get your full certification, and then what it takes to continue your certification for the years that follow, which is pretty much your volunteer hours. And, there are field trips. There's all kinds of different activities that Master Gardeners do throughout the year. It's not just working in the garden. It's not just putting on the programs like the Spring Festival or the plant sale.
Right.
There's other fun activities that we do as a group or as smaller portions of groups with different field trips to different locations, to gardens, to nurseries and things like that. It's a constant learning experience. And if you like to learn, you like to share what you learned, and that's what we're about.
And it's an inaccurate science, isn't it?
Most definitely. It's always an experimentation.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell you this. I started one of those pineapple, you cut the top off.
Oh, the top of the pineapple, yes.
Now, what did I do wrong? I put it in water. Was that my mistake?
Yeah.
It should have been in dirt?
Right. Usually what you do is you cut the top off the pineapple, or you get some, maybe go in, you go to Publix or wherever and go, hey, listen, I want to, do you got any pineapple tops, back there that you're going to throw away? And you bring them home.
Really?
Yeah, you might ask. I don't know if they'll have any, because you figure they do their own
How many
pouring.
would I want? So
you might want a couple of them just for fun and games. Then you bring them home and you let them air dry for a day or two.
Oh, okay.
And then put them in the ground. And you just need to bury that little bit of a bottom,
right.
that little top,
right.
to where you've got some, and I'm looking for a pine. Why am I looking for a pineapple? Where the leaves are coming out, you might bury up to the bottom edge of it, because that's where those roots are going to come from.
So roots will grow out of it.
Yes.
And where does the pineapple fruit actually grow?
The pineapple fruit will eventually come right out of the middle.
Oh, it will?
Right out of the center of it, a stalk will come up and a little pineapple will sit on top. And then it will grow.
Is that right?
It takes anywhere, depending on the variety of pineapple, 18 months to 36 months to get a pineapple to start.
Okay,
but once you start, then you've got something coming on,
Now, they're very big. I mean, they're very heavy.
They get to be very large plants.
So they don't pull the plant over to the ground?
No.
The plant is that strong?
The plant will be that strong. Yep.
Wow.
I mean, it's not set way up off the top of the plant. You got tall leaves, and it's quite a stalk.
So you let it dry for a couple of days.
Yeah, you let it dry for a couple of days. Growing. Oops.
Here you have a phone call.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Good morning. You're on there with Carol Ann.
Good morning. Quick question, Carol Ann.
Yeah.
How often do I fertilize banana trees?
I would fertilize them, basically during the growing season, about 3 times during the season, spring, summer, and fall.
And maybe what type of fertilizer?
There's not going to be anything that we're going to have in particular just for bananas, but simply a citrus fertilizer or an all-purpose fertilizer would be fine, on something like that.
666, 10-10-10?
Yep, those would be just fine as well.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
By the way, you know what I discovered?
What's that?
That little hamburger. That they like the little version of the
sliders,
the Whopper. No.
Oh, okay.
Like the ones with the lettuce and tomatoes and all that.
Right.
Taste better than the bigger. Like the little Wendy's taste better than the big one. The little Whopper tastes. Oh, look at that. That's the pineapple.
That's a pineapple.
But
you see, it's not. Yeah, it's not way up above the plant. We're looking at a website because I just Googled up. Growing pineapples, but just to show Larry that how it does. And then see, once this one you harvest your pineapple off there, boom, you can take the top of that one and put that in the ground. But your main plant will die off, but little pup plants should be starting on the bottom, just like any other bromeliad. Because they're within that.
Bromeliad.
It's a bromeliad. It's within that same family.
It's supposed to be very healthy for you too.
Yes, pineapple. Just don't eat a half a pineapple all in one day.
Why?
Because you won't be able to taste anything for about 4 days afterwards. I know from experience. But it was yummy. It was fresh pineapple, and it just kept walking by and grabbing a chunk and eating it till I ate half the pineapple, and then
you couldn't taste anything.
Yeah, well, the enzymes in pineapple, just sort of destroy your.
You're making my mouth water just thinking about it.
I may have to get some pineapple.
Let's squeeze in probably one last call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Hi, guys. Hey, you again, real quick.
Yeah.
Speaking about fruit and eating fruit, Larry's little apple tree. At what point will that start producing little apples? I know there probably won't be enough for a pie, but will that little tree produce apples?
It should, but I'm not sure if it's going to need a cross-pollinator. I'll actually have to do a little research on his variety there and find out if it will need a cross-pollinator. But it can take, because it's not a grafted tree, it could take possibly 10 years.
I'll be an old man.
Yeah.
I'll be an old man eating apples.
It has to be grafted to produce, though, right?
No, it should not need to be grafted to produce. It's usually grafted.
You don't have to get a little girl apple tree in next to it.
No, shouldn't be anything like that. No, if you need, it may need a cross-pollinator, not necessarily that it's a girl tree and a boy tree. You usually need two different kinds. Like here in Florida, we think of growing the Anna and the Golden Dorset. And so you got to grow both. You got to grow both in order to get fruit from either of them. Or we used to have the Einsheimer was another real popular one, but I think one of the Annas, and then there's some new ones out that have been for this area as well, which means it's a low chill hours apple. And I believe this one we said was not the Gala.
I think it is
Gala apple, I think, which again I believe is a lower chilling temperature apple. So long as it doesn't need a cross pollinator, it should eventually fruit. But it just, I'm not sure how many years it might take to do it.
Larry says at some point he wants to sit underneath his apple tree.
I do.
Now, how much does that apple tree grow every year?
Well, so far it's grown about 4 or 5 inches since he transplanted it about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, put it in a bigger pot.
Yeah, putting it in a bigger pot will make it grow faster then, right?
It did. I mean, it did make it grow faster.
Would that taking it outside during the daytime help?
It probably would, just because actually these could be sitting out on a patio right now in full sun. It would not hurt them at all. It would probably benefit them in order to have, sunshine all the way around them, the proper temperatures that fluctuate the way we do instead of an air-conditioned environment where it's set up, here you go, you get this temperature constantly. And like right now, this morning, there was plenty of sunshine coming in on these, and now it's shaded. So it's more like it needs to... needs some more sun for it to do its best.
Thank you, Hugh. So Anna and the Golden Dorset.
Anna and the Golden Dorset.
That sounds like a Disney movie.
Yes, it does. It could be a children's book even.
Yeah. They take a long time to make, though.
Yes.
All right. Well, Carol Ann, thank you so much. This is always a fun segment for me, and just love what you bring to the airwaves here. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Larry.
Do you want to give out any? Oh, go to the Facebook page.
Go to the Facebook page. Go to In the Garden, search for, go to Facebook and look for In the Garden in groups. Ask to join.
And then also, remember, these shows are put up there as a podcast. So
right.
You'll be able to watch and listen.
Yep.
Thank you. Be careful out there, Carol.
Oh, yeah,
we'll
always.
see you next week.
Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump has just welcomed the French President Emmanuel Macron to the White House for a formal state visit. That's a 21-gun salute and the French national anthem starting the arrival ceremony. The presidents hold meetings today. There's a big state dinner tonight. So far, there's no word from police in Toronto why a man may have driven a rented van into people on a sidewalk, killing 10, injuring 15. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says there's no reason to believe there's a threat to national security.
We need to focus on doing what we can and we must to keep Canadians safe while we stay true to the freedoms and values that we all as Canadians hold dear.
The suspect's due in court this morning. He surrendered to police after initially asking officers to kill him. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Hey, this is Ricky from Banyan Hill. I want to get a few things straight. First off, I like freedom. Second, I like money. Fact is, I like freedom and money, which is why I love Freedom Checks, a unique investment that can secure your retirement income without being tied down to the government. And while I'm no genius, I am smart enough to follow an expert like Matt, who showed me how anyone has the chance to stake their claim on an estimated $34.6 billion payout. To get all the details from Matt, just go to Freedom Check.
Baloney. Nonsense. That's a bunch of you-know-what. You're telling a bunch of nonsense.
Baloney. It's baloney. 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 I was out there getting some baloney and they wouldn't sell me my baloney. But I still like baloney on white bread.
Hi, this is Lisa McGinnis, editor of Ocala Magazine and host of Ocala Magazine Radio. Join me every Friday at 10 a.m. when we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life. There's only one Ocala Magazine and only one source for local news talk radio. Tune in Friday at 10 a.m. right here on 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM. WOCA, The Source.
Load it, haul it, dump it, mow it.
Get equipped for anything with a John Deere 3025E compact tractor from AgPro. It's equipped with a low price of $139 per month, and we've got all the attachments you'll ever need. Request a quote at agproco.com. Offer ends 4/30/18, subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. 20% down payment required. Taxes, freight, setup, and delivery charges could increase monthly payment. See dealer for details.
Broadway's mega hit Mamma Mia is live on stage at Ocala Civic Theater May 17th through June 17th. ABBA favorites like Dancing Queen, Super Trooper, and Mamma Mia are all part of the fun musical about what happens when you surprise your mom by inviting all three men who might be your dad to your wedding. On sale now. 352-236